So I was never raised as a churchgoer. My dad was Catholic and my mom was Protestant, and even though they were both Christian, they couldn't really agree on how they wanted my sister and I to be raised in terms of religion. So we were never baptized and we didn't go to church very regularly. And as a result, church kind of became an uncomfortable place for me. It felt really intimidating growing up, and I didn't really have much of a relationship with God growing up. I doubted his existence a lot, and I didn't really feel like I needed him because it wasn't a big part of my life when I was being raised. So I graduated school, I moved to Pittsburgh and lived there for 7 years where I met my husband. And after that, we both got jobs in Columbus, which was about 1.5 years ago. And a friend of ours that we met in Pittsburgh invited us to church at 514. And I decided to give it a try. We were living right down the street from the church at the time. So 514 really felt approachable for me. It felt like a really comfortable experience. I finally felt like I found a church where I fit in and I didn't need to have this long history and relationship with God to feel worthy of having one now. And the messages really started to resonate with me and really relate to things that were going on in my life. And through that, I started believing in God and having a relationship with him. It was through the Death Was Arrested series. There was something about that series that really hit home for me, and I started crying in the middle of church. That was one of the first times I really heard the full story of Jesus dying on the cross for my sins, and that was a very poignant moment for me when I started to believe that that was true. I would say that my relationship with God kind of started and developed over the past 2 years since I started going to 514, but that moment specifically was when I really started to believe that Jesus died for me, and that message really started to kind of take effect on me. Over the past 6 months, I've had two kind of moments in my life that have reaffirmed my conviction in God. On the happier end of it, I had a baby about 6 months ago, and through that experience and my newly formed relationship with God, I realized that I want her to grow up having that relationship with him. I don't want church to be an uncomfortable place for her. And even though I want her to eventually accept that on her own, I don't want it to take her 30 years to get to that point like it did for me. On the more serious side, my mom was diagnosed with cancer about a month ago. And through that experience, it's been a really tough experience for me, but my faith and my relationship with God are one of the only things that have kind of gotten me through. And I would say through those two experiences, my belief in him is stronger than ever. My name is Jessi Means, and I'm getting baptized because I believe that Jesus died on the cross for my sins, and I want to share that belief with others.